The 18th century, often hailed as the Age of Enlightenment, wasn't just a period of intellectual growth and cultural revolution. It was also a time when the simplicity of play revealed the essence of childhood joy. But which peculiar toys might have adorned the shelves of an 18th century young mind? Could the games of yesteryear offer a glimpse into the roots of our modern amusements? And which of these toys, played centuries ago, might still hold a place in our hearts today? Well, join us as we step back in time and relish the charm of a simpler era, as we explore these delightful 18th century toys and games, each one a testament to the creativity and ingenuity of a bygone age. Playtime is a timeless part of growing up, and whether it's kids of today or children from centuries ago, toys and games have always been an integral part of their world. From ancient archaeological sites to our modern living rooms filled with the familiar sight of scattered Lego pieces and tiny Barbie doll shoes, exploring how children and even adults played in different historical eras provides a vivid glimpse into the fabric of life. The Georgian era, spanning from the early 18th century to the early 19th century, held a treasure trove of toys and games that might feel surprisingly familiar to us today. Some may have faded away, but many of these playthings still find a place in our homes, tucked away in playrooms or displayed on living room shelves. Back in those days, families crafted their toys at home or purchased them from knack shops or knickknackatories, places dedicated to trinkets and small curiosities. What's intriguing is how the 18th century witnessed a surge in the production of toys and games. Unlike earlier times, with simple wooden dolls or hobby horses, now a more extensive variety was available. The late Georgian era especially saw a shift towards purchasing toys rather than making them at home. Importantly, parents during this period didn't push the idea of turning children into miniature adults. Instead, they encouraged the little ones to embrace their childhood, letting them amuse themselves in their unique ways. Although some toys could be quite pricey, families with less means could still indulge their children with affordable options made from paper. These included cut-out and assembled sets, featuring soldiers, dolls, and miniature rooms with figures. Even in the midst of economic differences, the joy of play wasn't restricted, allowing children from all walks of life to engage in the delightful world of 18th century toys. Now, let's take a look at some of the outdoor activities that brought joy to the children of the 18th century. Playing outside was a favorite pastime for our ancestors, and many of their games are so familiar that kids today would jump right in without missing a beat. One classic and popular outdoor game that both boys and girls loved was skipping rope. Interestingly, during the medieval era, only boys took part in this activity, as strenuous exercise was thought to be not suitable for girls. However, as times changed, girls in the Regency era happily embraced skipping rope as a fun sport. Another game that has stood the test of time is hopscotch, with its origins possibly tracing back to ancient Rome. By the 17th century, it had become a popular pastime. In this game, players draw a grid with numbered rectangles in a particular pattern. They then toss a small object into the numbered spaces and hop or jump through, adding an exciting element of retrieval. It's a game that can be enjoyed solo or with friends. Moving on to battledore and shuttlecock, a game that paved the way for badminton, also captured the attention of 18th century children. Dating back over 2,000 years to ancient Greece, players armed with rackets tried to keep a feathered shuttlecock in the air without a net, challenging each other to keep the game going as long as possible. Lydia Maria Child, in her book Girl's Own Book, 1833, encouraged little girls not to shy away from tiring themselves out while playing battledore and shuttlecocks, believing it would be beneficial for them. However, she also wisely cautioned against excessive fatigue, emphasizing the importance of avoiding unnecessary strain. But before we go ahead, Zootom is your trusted search engine. We are dedicated to providing a secure online browsing experience for users of all ages. With our commitment to safeguarding your privacy and filtering out potentially harmful content, Zootom Search is the perfect choice for families, students, and anyone seeking a worry-free search environment. Advanced filtering technologies. Our search results are meticulously curated to exclude explicit, violent, or otherwise inappropriate material, ensuring that you can explore the web with peace of mind. Why choose us? Whether you're a concerned parent, an educator, or someone who values a secure browsing experience, Zootom Search is the ideal search engine for you. Trust in our commitment to safety and privacy, and start exploring the web confidently today. Protecting your privacy. Zootom Search does not collect or store any personally identifiable information, and we do not track your search history. Confidentiality. Your searches remain confidential, ensuring that your online activities are shielded from prying eyes. Safe ads without tracing. We provide advertisements not based on your location or storing personal information, but based on content you search. Now, back to our topic. Then we have games with hoops, a big hit among 18th century kids. The boys enjoyed rolling metal and wooden hoops, giving them a push with a stick. On the flip side, girls played a calmer game called Grace. Holding two slim sticks, they'd catch a ribboned hoop and skillfully toss it to another player by crossing the sticks, letting the hoop slide down, and quickly pulling the sticks apart. Games like Jack, with its ancient version of knucklebones, have a history dating back over 2,000 years. Initially played with small animal bones, or pebbles, it evolved to use a wooden ball, later replaced by rubber. The metal jacks we have today resemble the original knucklebones. During the same period, marble games emerged, with marbles crafted from clay, stone, metal, or glass. In the UK and the US, the game of ring taw involves drawing a ring, placing marbles within it, and players flicking a larger taw marble to knock it out. But the outdoor fun didn't stop there. There was various amusement for everyone. Boys and girls played rounders, an early version of baseball, and titter-tatter, the original name for a seesaw. The classics like Blindman's Bluff, tag, and different races kept kids active and entertained. Near bodies of water, they played ducks and drakes by skipping flat stones to see how many skips they could achieve. Ice skating and swimming were also popular near water, but swimming was a boy-only affair, as bathing suits hadn't been invented yet. Now, let's take a peek into some indoor toys that kept 18th century children entertained when the outdoors wasn't an option. When the weather kept them indoors, kids turned to toys that might look surprisingly similar to the ones we play with today. Rocking horses, a timeless nursery favorite, were as cherished back then as they are now. These delightful horses rocked back and forth, becoming cherished companions for many children. It's hard to picture childhood without the comforting rock and clip-clop sound of a rocking horse. In those days, toy soldiers marched into the playrooms of little boys while dolls and dollhouses took center stage for the girls. Toy soldiers, initially crafted in Russia, Germany, Prussia, or Turkey, were often pewter figures stamped and painted. These flats were sold by the pound, making it affordable for young boys to gather a mighty troop of soldiers. Dolls, not just ordinary ones but dolls with changeable clothes, made their debut in the mid-18th century. Crafted from various materials like paper, papier-mâché, rags, wax, wood, ivory, or porcelain, dolls became treasured companions. What made them even more exciting were changeable clothes, and miniature houses for them to live in. The mid-18th century saw the emergence of dolls with elaborate wardrobes, offering a little girl's most beloved companion a variety of fashion options. Adding to the indoor fun were toy theaters, complete with dollhouse-like stages, backdrops, and characters made of metal or paper. Children could bring familiar stories to life for playmates or their families. For the creative ones, writing their own stories or crafting characters to paint or draw for their miniature stages was a delightful pastime. Perhaps one of the most universal toys from the past is cup and ball, a game where you try to catch the ball in the cup. This classic is believed to have originated in France as a bilboquet. As time passed, it traveled worldwide, taking on different names and slight variations in shapes. Moving on to nine pins, another game with various names and play variations. The goal here is to use a ball to knock down as many pins as possible in as few rolls as possible. Unlike modern bowling, the pins were often set up in a diamond pattern, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, though the arrangement could change with different names. Then, enter the whirligig, a fascinating toy where you spin a circle around until the string is tight, then rhythmically pulse your hands to keep it spinning. This playful contraption, found in excavations in Williamsburg, was even crafted from a Hungarian coin, showcasing the toy's diverse cultural roots. Spinners come next, resembling a trainer model, a small wooden gadget wound up to see how long it could keep spinning. Similarly, the buzz saw, a metal coin with notches, would make a buzzing sound as you wound it up and let it go, adding a delightful twist to playtime. Dice, although popular, faced a little hurdle as gambling was illegal. Resourceful players found a way around it using child's tops with numbers for a bit of gaming fun. Dominoes, on the other hand, were played then just as they are today, demonstrating the enduring appeal of this classic game. These toys aren't just relics of the past, they're echoes of joy and entertainment that have spanned cultures and generations, connecting us to the playful spirit of 18th century children with those of today.